again at Chipley. Today on Racing Review we will be featuring race 1, 3 and 6. The first race being the Hunt members, the third race being the Mixed Open, the very valuable Mixed Open, the third race being the Mares and Fillies. So first race, the Hunt members, getting all signs point towards blinding lights at the moment, the very experienced blinding lights. So Jason, what are your assumptions of race 1?
Yeah, blinding lights is going to have to be there. Mary Sanderson always gets him ready for the day. I'd imagine Chipley will be in there fighting his way along anyway, but I'd say blinding lights is going to be very hard to get away from.
Definitely, and also throwing into the mix is Lord Sampson, if after his long layoff will return to form again, as what he's shown in the past. Our third race of the day will be the Mixed Open, £1,200 to be exact Mixed Open, and all signs point towards us, the Weatherman, for the Biddick and Barber team. And Jason, do you think anything can beat him?
Yeah, Ask the Weatherman, going to be very, very hard to get away from. His form figures are all there. I'm All Set is probably going to run a little race along with Dickie Bob, but I'm All Set, very handsome form figures as well and deserves his place. So, but Ask the Weatherman, going to be very hard to get away from.
That's a very competitive field, but at the moment all signs do be pointing towards him. And our final race that we'll be featuring today is the Mares and Fillies race. Again, it does look like it's going to be a Biddick and Barber joint win for Posh Totty, who unfortunately was disqualified last time at Larkhill after, well, I guess finishing out a resounding win really. But she has got competition from the likes of When Harry Met Sally and also sort of each way money for Night Blaze. Jason, how are you feeling about that race?
Yeah, Posh Totty, well, deserved a win, bar the penalty the last time. It wasn't her fault, won it outright, but I suppose she's going to be there to shot at, and I'd say Night Blaze will be there, and they'll all be battling away to finish. But Posh Totty is going to be hard to get away from again now, you know, for that combination again. So.
That's it. Well, we'll be talking more and going into more depth about these horses later. Parade ring here for the first race, the Hunt members, and we can't help but notice the absolute eye catcher of a paddock has to be our pick beforehand on form, Blinding Lights. Well, Jason, he just couldn't look any fitter there, could he?
He looks incredible, yeah, fair play to him. They've turned him out brilliantly. He looks ready for the job now today. He's got his cheek pieces on to sharpen him up and his tongue tie. He looks all ready to go. Fair play, he looks immaculate. And
as you said beforehand when we were previewing today, that Mary Sanderson always gets him ready spot on for the first race of the season, and he does there totally, doesn't he? He doesn't look like he's carrying much condition at all, really.
He doesn't at all. They look like they've galloped him straight for the day and had today in mind. So. Hopefully he'll do the job for the two of us now anyway. Yeah,
and so please give us some credentials at least. Now last season, I mean, his form is pretty faultless. I mean, he finished third in the Hunter Chase finals at Exeter, beaten by the Wheeler Dealer himself in outright, a very good horse, very, very decent horse. But before that he won a Hunter Chase at Exeter, which you can never look down that at all because of the size of the fences at Exeter, and it's pure galloping course, isn't it?
Especially how testing Exeter is, it's going to play to his strengths today as well, you know. It's not too dissimilar. They got a long run from a couple of fences here, and then it's quite a tough finish, so hopefully that'll bring it to the table for him today as well. It'll help him out, you know.
That's it. And also the win he had before that at Great Review, beating Infamous Grouse in a 3-runner race, and he had to truly show guts there. He just won after the line, had to gather himself up and got himself up just to beat Infamous Grouse on the line. Again, himself a decent horse in his day as well. So he's got everything there basically to show that he should really win today, shouldn't he?
He's got it all going for him, and he looks fairly in the zone today now. He looks like he really wants to get out there and start racing today.
That's it. No sign of his age at least anyway.
No, none at all. None at all. Plenty more years left in him. Yeah.
Now the other horse we have to look at is Chipley, who follows on the other side. He has always looked a bit of a fiery character, and he is looking a bit revved there right now. He's not sweating as such, but he is definitely looking game for it.
Yeah, he's looking very ready for today. Also looking very well in himself. They look like they've galloped him ready for the day as well. Yeah, he'll give him a little race for today. He's just a little bit on his toes, but nothing to be too worried about. Yeah, hopefully he'll get out there and give us all a race.
That's it. And he wasn't as impressive last time at Black Forest Lodge, the first race of the season, as he showed us that he was last year. And he was mightily, mightily impressive last season. And I remember seeing him at Upcott Cross when he beat According to Harry, who's now in training under rules for Philip Hobbs. And so genuinely no pushover of a horse that he beat there that day at all. And he was absolutely fantastic that day, jumped from fence to fence. And Jamie Thomas gave him a fantastically tactical ride, so definitely no fear of him on his last season's form. And do you think he maybe just needed the run this year?
I'd imagine so. Yeah, a lot of horses first time out in the season do need a run. I'm sure the Wollacotts are going to have him fairly spot on for today now, and Yeah, he looks fairly tight and tucked up today, and he doesn't look like he's lacking any fitness at all today. So hopefully that might have just been the case, and today he'll show his true colours again. You know.
Yep, that's it. Well, we're pretty much putting it down to the showdown between these two horses, but we'll just have to see what they produce on the course there.
On the run towards the second last, they're both jockeys all out now, down towards the second last now. Who takes off in front? They landed as one. Chipley on the inside, blinding lights on the outside. Both monkeys got the persuader out down towards the final fence. Chipley and blinding lights at the final fence. Blinding lights with a fraction of violence, just beginning to get on top of the argument here. And blinding lights in the orange colours, just beginning to see it out the better. Stay on the better. Chipley trying to rally on the run in, but won't get there. Blinding Lights goes on and scores.
Numbers race there, our first race featured on Racing Review, and won by Blinding Lights, as thankfully we predicted.
Yeah, Blinding Lights, duly obliged in the end. Japek did give him a little run for his money, and fair play, he's lost nothing in defeat.
That's it, exactly. Blinding Lights are running out to an absolutely resounding win there. So tough in the finish there, in very, very testing conditions already in race one here. Matt Hampton having to really get after him to goad him up the hill there, but it was absolutely fantastic, and Chipley lost nothing in defeat there at all, really, did he?
Nothing at all, no. Jamie Thomas giving him a peach of a ride, stretched him down the back, and it could have worked for him, but just unfortunately today Blinding Lights was too good. Also nice to see Natalie Stone getting around today in her first ride. Yeah,
so probably the biggest cheer of today was Natalie Stone, her very first ride on her own owned and trained horse there, finishing not too far behind the others, and most importantly, as you said, as we were coming in then, getting into the winner's enclosure.
Yeah, well, it's a day she'll forever remember, like both of us. You remember your first ride forever, and nice to see her getting around having a good day, but yeah. Blinding Lights done it in good style today anyway.
Definitely not too dissimilar at all. 21 at Great Review there, always shows guts, this horse, and be interesting to see where we'll go from here then.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll take on a Hunter Chase or two in time, but onwards and upwards for the season now, keep going in this fashion, and he won't be far away every day he arrives at the races.
You join us here for our third race of the day, the mixed open race, the very valuable mixed open race, and we've got a lesser field here than entries would have alluded to, but first horse we have to talk about is of course As the Weatherman, who's won 5 races on the trot here for the Biddick and Barber team, and last time seeing him out at Larkhill, and he was mightily impressive in a huge run of field, and as our very own Nick Charles said in commentary, made every single poster winning one, and went on to storm a 30-length win and making the rest of the field pull up basically by putting them all to the sword. So he's going to be the one to beat today, and the next horse we have to look at is Dicky Bob, the big imposing grey we have over there, 9-year-old now, and has worked his way up from maiden company to open company, and we're going to try and get a word with Jo Buck here now, his jockey, just to see what her opinion is of how he's going to go today. So Jo, he looks amazing and very imposing indeed. Are you excited for this?
I am excited. Yeah, I've been looking forward to it since the beginning of the season, so here we are.
How do you think he improved so much last year, from being a maiden at this meeting last year to now being in, well, looking very much in place in open company?
He took his time, didn't he, Verity? He was a big backward baby, and Verity's taken her time with him, and rightly so. It just took a little while for his jumping to come, for his attitude to come.
And Verity, would you like to say a word on him at all? And so what's he like to train?
Last year he was a little quirky, but this year he's so laid back. It's a bit difficult to judge things this year because he's just a different horse, maybe too laid back.
So. And do you feel he fits in with this company well? Do you feel, will this be sort of a tester for him as such?
It's a complete tester.
Yeah.
You know,
I think he'll be fine if he's fit enough, but he's been a little bit too laid back this year to really get the hard work into him. So I think we'll need a run to assess.
And Jason, what are your opinions on him?
Well, I think he looks brilliant. Everybody loves a grey, so everybody's going to have their few quid on him anyway, but hopefully it all goes well for you now, and hopefully he deserves it.
That's it. Best of luck anyway.
Set looks a million. I've been lucky enough to have a day or two's hunting out with Claire Hitch this year, and I know she thinks the world of this horse, and hopefully now he deserves his place in this race, and hopefully he'll keep improving like he was last season and pick up with a string of wins by his name this year. He's my shout for this race anyway.
Because he is only 7 and he is relatively inexperienced, although he has impressed in the wins he's had. But do you think it's difficult for a horse that is only 7 in these kind of conditions against the level of horses such as the Weatherman to almost put themselves out there?
Obviously, yeah, it's going to be difficult today to face the Weatherman and things, but he's done it all last year, no problem. He seems very, very relaxed, and I know Claire does a lot with him, and she'll have him bang on today. I can't see it phasing him too much. Hopefully it'll be good for it.
Yeah, well, he doesn't look out of place whatsoever at all, and great spin for Chris Barber as well.
Brilliant, yeah, nice young lad, Chris Barber. Hopefully he gets his chances and keeps improving this year now, and yeah, very good rider, brilliant.
Brilliant. Look forward to that then.
On the way to the final fence then, Will Biddick and Arthur Weatherman. Final fence comes to it, meets it on not a great stride, went through the top of it, but he's just grinding it out, and he's drawing clear. A little bit of class here. Arthur Weatherman, he's getting very tired. He's going to go on and score nicely. Arthur Weatherman wins it.
Mixed open, and it did go the way of the form in the sense that Arthur Weatherman rallied up the home finish then to win, beating Dicky Bob by a few lengths in the end. But Dicky Bob, to his credit, completely rallied then going up the home finish.
Yeah, very game Dicky Bob. Rallied all the way to the last, and then Asta Weatherman just pulled away from him a little bit, but lost nothing in defeat. Very nice to see Asta Weatherman win there in the famous Denman colours, and storming away up the hill in the end. See plenty more of him this year.
That's it, yep. It was an interesting race, as it did get left with the two of them, with Asta Weatherman just drawing clear from 3 out, and Dicky Bob then rallying coming up the hill. And Asta Weatherman, though, he did battle, stuck his head out and got up the hill, absolutely relishing these conditions as he did so at Larkhill. And great for the owners, and great to see these fantastic famous colours back in the winners' enclosure and keeping the flag flying for the Barber team there.
Yeah, great to see Pentific following him up as well. Been a good race in third as well, especially in these terrible hard conditions, you know. They're all finding tough work, but nice to see a good finish there. Anyway.
Exactly. Nothing lost for Pentific there at all. Set third behind 2 very, very good horses in a very hot open race. So watch out for him next time he runs. And we only had one other finisher in 4th, and the rest did pull up as conditions are getting more and more testing here at Chipley, and will continue to do so throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah, look forward to seeing the rest of the races now for the day, and hopefully they cope with the conditions well.
Yep, join us for the Mares and Fillies race, which is our final race feature of the day.
I imagine so. This is probably as close as a certainty as you're going to get today. Biddick and Barber looking to follow up, but a couple of nice place prospects in behind for the 2 horses behind to follow it up maybe.
That's it. And we mentioned at the start of today, in our preview of today, how unlucky she was to be disqualified last time at Larkhill after winning so well and beating Triggy Winkle there.
Yeah, just one of those things, I suppose. No one's at fault really, but she won it outright, and I presume she's going to do the same thing today. All being well, they'd be hoping for that result anyway. That's
it, and ground shouldn't really affect her with a horse of this calibre, should it?
No, as I say, good horses go on good ground, and I suppose she's probably the best of this field, so she should find it easy enough anyway. But we'd have the other 2 bringing up behind her there, and they should fight it out between them for 2nd and 3rd places, I'd imagine.
That's it. Now we do have to mention When Harry Met Sally, because although we are bigging up Posh Totty, she is also in her own right a very, very good horse who won so convincingly at Bratton Down, beating very good horse in Le Clos de Lalonde and running on so gamely. Again, fantastic jumper. So she's no write-off, is she?
No, not a bad mare at all. As you said, she's got the form there. She's very hardy. You know, in these races anything can happen, and she may well give the favourite a little thing to think about her too, and as well as Night Blaze, she's very hard and tough as well, so maybe it might not be all plain sailing, but hopefully we'll have a little race anyway between them.
Yeah, that's it. And you're saying about Night Blaze, I know the lad who rides her in her races, Nick Lawton, and he absolutely thinks the world of this mare, saying, and it often seems to be a trait of these sort of smaller mares, they do seem to be so clever at jumping and so hardy. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, most definitely. Night Blaze, she's almost become a bit famous. I know a couple of people who have had different rides on her and things, and she's teaching everybody as they go, and it's great to have mares like this around the place.
That's it. And our 4th and final runner in this race will be Lady Vicstar, and she has just come into the paddock there. And what are you thinking looking of her right now?
Yeah, she's a nice big strong sort, Lady Vicstar, and hopefully she can run a little race and keep her connections happy.
That's it, exactly. Well, we'll have to wait and see if Posh Totty does come through for the Biddick Barber team and puts that disqualification at Larkhill to rest.
As the pace increases up towards us now, Lady Vicstar looks beat back in 4th, so does Night Blaze, looks between the front 2. When Harry Met Sally in the yellow colours, Posh Toddy is asked a question now as he ranges towards the 3rd from home. Who rises first now? It was Posh Toddy fractionally in front now in the red cap, just beginning to press on as they head towards the 2nd last. When Harry Met Sally trying to get back up on 2nd, on the run to the 2nd last, another just fractional advantage again for Posh Toddy, now about a length and a half in front on the run to the last. When Harry Met Sally spun out wide for the first time in the contest, leader just running down the last and spinning up the inside when Harry Met Sally and down contest to the line now. Posh Toddy held together by Biddick. And when Harry Met Sally gets up, when Harry Met Sally wins it, Posh Dotty back in
The
second.
Mares and Fillies race there did not go the way of the books in the end. And we had when Harry Met Sally has just got up, running up the hill so impressively to beat Posh Totty. And we've got Matt Hampton here, who just won this. Matt, how was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, very good. She's been very good to me, and she's very genuine. I even lost my iron at the last, and she kept going and galloping. So, to be fair, she's real tough and handles that ground. So it helped us really get home in the end.
So her in a finish, I mean, she showed it at Bratton Down, didn't she, how well she can get up hills. And she does look the same again there.
Definitely, I mean, that's why we brought her here, and it's good that there's a mares race for her, and like, you know, there's probably not enough of them around, but she does deserve a lot of plaudits really, because she is just a very tough but genuine sort of mare. So yeah, all good.
Oh, well done for that, and I'll let you go away in and talk to the owners. Thanks.
Lovely.
For that.
Thank you. Cheers.
All right. And yeah, so as we said beforehand, we basically do have to acknowledge that we did say Posh Totty probably was the biggest certainty of the day. Have to take that back and apologise for our tipping just then. But when Harry Met Sally was so good then.
Yeah, fair play. Done it. No excuses whatsoever for Posh Totty, and as we said, we gave it as a certainty. But I suppose these things happen in racing. We definitely take it back now, and definitely well done to When Harry Met Sally and all connections involved.
Exactly.
Brilliant result.
Look, it's so tiring out there. The ground is now fairly bottomless. So, but all mares had to act in it, so you can't give many excuses to Posh Totty for that. And we'll have to see where she goes next. But When Harry Met Sally, of course, has given, well, so much backing to her fans, hasn't she?
Yeah, of course, and she's always in the three, you know. And you know what these mares are like. They're worth their weight in gold when you come across a mare that just tries and tries, especially in ground like today. You know, it's invaluable when they've got an attitude like that. And brilliant result for all the connections now. Fair play.
And we had Night Blaze in third there, who ran seemingly didn't seem to like the ground too much there, but ran brilliantly well on in third then. And fourth was Lady Vicstar, who again didn't look like she was enjoying most of the race, but plugged on very gamely at the end then.
Yeah, showed up well there with a circuit to go. Lady Vicstar was still full of running and very, very enthusiastic, and maybe just needed to run a bit and maybe come on for next day now. But certainly a little race to be won with her anyway.
So yeah, well, we better wrap today up then. Thank you very much for joining us today from a very boggy Chipley Park. But all in all, been very good races. The first race was very interesting. You can tell a lot from that, with Blinding Lights romping home there.
Yeah, brilliant day. Not a bad race at all. Blinding Lights winning very easily. And then we had the restricted, of course. Went back to Wales, where I'm from. Well, where I'm from now, but Stony Road taking it home. So nice little winner there for Bradley Gibbs and Ian Pritchard. And Bradley Gibbs doubled up then later on in the day with a lovely mare there. It's called My Corana. So that's very, very nice for a good mate of mine to have a good day. So
that's a very good day for the Welsh, all in all. And then for mixed open, going out of the way of Asa Weatherman. Not exactly as we thought it was going to go to. Not a totally easy win, but him winning again for the Bidick and Barber team. They're having their one winner. And then, of course, as you've just seen, we've had the Mares and Fillies there with a gallant win, really, by When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, great day. Really good days racing in Chipley Park. My first ever time being here now, and really look forward to getting back here in the future again. It's great for point-to-pointing.
No, well, thank you for joining us, Jason, and hopefully we'll see you again in the near future.
Soon, yeah, in and around Wales and things.
Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.